Hello, everyone. This is Pastor Miguel from the Children's Bread Deliverance Ministry Church here in Maryland. I'm going to talk to you today about casting out of demons. There's the belief of people who really don't know deliverance that simply by commanding the demons to leave, that all demons are going to leave easily, that there's not going to be any resistance to casting out demons. But I want to tell you that demons do fight back and they resist. And I know people say Jesus cast out a demon by one word, and that is true, but he was God in the flesh. Okay. We're not God in the flesh. And I'm going to tell you right now that if you believe you could cast a demon out of someone simply by one word, either they're a very weak demon or you never cast a demon out of anybody. Okay, or they're hiding, or you think you cast them out, they're hiding. Okay, because demons do fight back, and if you fight big demons like we fight every day, they will fight back. Okay, and I'll give you an incident in the Word of God where the apostles tried to cast out a demon and they didn't leave. They didn't leave. Okay, so you are gonna have resistance. I'm pretty sure they tried everything they could to get the demon out, and they couldn't get the demon out. Okay, so I'm gonna read you Matthew 17 verse 14 all the way to 20. And it says here, when they reached the crowd, a man approached and knelt down before him. Lord, he said, have mercy on my son, because he has seizures and suffers terribly. He often falls into the fire and often into the water. I brought him to your disciples, but they couldn't heal him. See? So the disciples tried to heal this person spiritually, this young man, and they couldn't do it. So Jesus replied, you unbelieving and perverse generation, how long will I be with you? How long must I put up with you? Bring him here to me. Then Jesus rebuked the demon, and he came out of him. And from that moment, the boy was healed. So now keep in mind, this is God. This is the creator of the universe. This is the creator. He created everything. So of course, with one word, things are going to leave. But then you go back to verse 19. It says, the disciples approached Jesus privately and said, why did they approach him privately? Because they were embarrassed. I couldn't cast the demon out. They said, why couldn't we drive him out? And then he tells them, because of your little faith. He told them, because truly I tell you that if you have the faith of the size of a mustard seed, you would tell this mountain, move from here, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. So we have a case here where the minister wasn't able to cast the demon out because they didn't have enough faith. They couldn't believe that they could cast the demon out of this young man. So I'm going to tell you a little story about me. So years and years and years after I started doing deliverance ministry, I will ask myself, why is it that I couldn't cast some demons out? Right? And we know for a fact that some demons are stronger than others, and some are going to fight more than others. And years after, I realized there were many reasons why sometimes I couldn't cast demons out of people. All right. And so, I will pray over people and just come out, demon, and they won't leave. And they just laugh and they act it up. And so I started, I asked the Lord, just like the apostles did, Lord, why couldn't I cast this demon out? Right? Because I felt horrible. Right? Always keep in mind that it's not you casting the demon. It's Jesus Christ. Your faith in Jesus doing the act of casting out the demon. Your faith in him, in the Lord Jesus Christ as the deliverer, right? In his name. The power that comes from his name is what you're using to cast the demon out. So, I will ask myself, why is it that I couldn't cast the demon out of this person? Well, just like the apostles, I went ahead, and the disciples, I went ahead and asked Jesus, why couldn't I cast these demons out of these people when I first started ministry? And the more I pray about it, and the more I seek an answer, knock and you shall find, I realized that there were other things involved in deliverance ministry. That it was not just simply telling demons to leave and they will come out. And if you are a true deliverance minister, if you really understand the job of deliverance ministry, you will understand exactly what I'm telling you. If you tell me that you don't understand what I'm telling you, you're not a true deliverance minister. Because you don't understand these things. These are very strong spiritual things, and I'm pretty sure that you have encountered it in your ministry. And a lot of ministers, what they do is like, oh, it's okay, just believe you're delivered, just believe, and the person continues to be demonized, and the demons hide. So I'm going to tell you right now what I found out. So as time went by, I had a mentor. I got a mentor who was able to teach me how it's possible for demons to hide and almost impossible to cast them out. So the Lord gave me revelation through this person uh, on how to deal with demons that hide, will not leave, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about that. Okay. So first of all, let me tell you, these so-called demons that manifest sometimes within people are not actually demons. Some of them are soul ties of people you have relationship with, either emotional or sexually, and they manifest inside of people, and they talk like they're the person inside the person you're praying for. So, for example, let's suppose you had sex with a woman, right? The woman will be speaking through you as you pray for the person. So the demons hide behind that soul tie. So that piece of the soul of that person that's inside of you, there's a demon hidden behind that, and because they're hidden behind that, you could command the demons to come out, but they're not going to come out unless you deal with that soul tie. So the soul tie has to be broken, and that piece of that person that's inside the person needs to be sent back. Okay, then as you do that, you cut the demons off the soul part, and then the demon can be cast out. So obviously, demons are using soul ties to keep themselves inside a person. Number two, you could have an altered personality. If you have an altered personality, that's like having another person inside of you. The demons hide behind that altered personality, and while you could be dealing with someone, that altered personality or that split personality, it's on the side hiding the demon. So um, unless you deal with the altered personality, you can't cast the demon out of the person. Number three, you could have witches inside of you, and they could get themselves inside of you, creating soul ties, and they could use even electronics to create those soul ties, right? And so if you have a witch inside of you, the witch is gonna speak, and the witch could be anywhere in the world. It could be in Asia, in Africa, in South America, or even here in the United States. Okay, they could be anywhere, and they could be manipulating and controlling. And you're trying to cast this thing out of somebody, and it's not a demon, it's a person, and they're talking through the person. They're expressing themselves, making fun of you, and saying all kinds of crazy stuff. You could get rid of that, and then the demons that came in through the witch, you could get rid of that. Okay, and then the last one is ancestral dissociation. This is when a piece of a soul of an ancestor has been passed down to your DNA, and they're manifesting now. They're talking. The ancestor's talking through you now, and as a result, there are demons behind that ancestor. So you need to deal with that ancestor so you could get the demons out. So those are the four ways. Those are the four ways that you're going through ministry and you try to cast a demon out, and they won't leave because they're not a demon. They're not a demon. They're either a dissociated part, a soul tie with somebody you created, or they're a witch, or they're an ancestral dissociated part. So deliverance ministry has become very complicated, and the reason why it has become very complicated is because the devil has 2,000 years to perfect his game, and pastors are not learning this stuff. As a result, you go for them for ministry, you're tormented. Oh, you're free, you're free. It's okay. You have to have more faith. And because they didn't take the time to learn these things like I did, and some other ministers that I know that we train have learned, the result is they're demonized. They're demonized, and they're being tormented. And what happens is that, whatever's inside of them, the person part and the demon are both tormenting the person at the same time. So people are highly tormented. And, they said, I went to my pastor and he said everything was okay. But they never dealt with the soul tie. They never dealt with the alter personality. They never dealt with the witch. Or they never dealt with the ancestor dissociated part. Okay, I know these terms are kind of complicated. But if you really want to learn how to deal with these things, how to learn how to deal with these four things specifically, I would recommend that you go to our Facebook page, the Children's Bread Deliverance Ministry Church, Facebook, and look at our calendar. We usually post when we teach these classes on how to deal with these advanced topics. And next month, it's when we're going to deal with the advanced deliverance ministry class. Okay, so Advanced Deliverance Ministry class deals with these type of things, difficult deliverances where people have gone through multiple deliverance ministers that they can't get delivered. It's because the deliverance minister doesn't understand these things, and they can't cast the demon out of the person. Okay, because of that. So just like the apostles went and spoke to Jesus, why couldn't we cast them out? And Jesus said, because you didn't have enough faith, right? And this kind comes out through prayer and fasting, right? The same thing. I went to Jesus Christ, and He revealed these things to me through my mentor, who was doing ministry for 50 years. And I learned this thing because he had revelation from the Lord. And so, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit confusing, little difficult things to talk about, but God bless you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you soon. Bye bye.